Low-key, that beat growing on me. That joint is fire. Yo, welcome back, man.
Thank you.
This is
Appreciate that.
episode 5.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Let It Off podcast. I'm Alex King here with music insider, producer, and contributor of Culture, Templeton, right?
What's good?
And always the amazing host of the television show, Kicking It with Simone.
Yes.
Journalist and creative guru, Simone Dixon, where we talk about hip-hop culture, topics, and things affecting your community to help you get through your week and let off all the bullshit.
Yes.
But helping us let off all that bullshit is musician, fashion designer, businessman. His idol is Kanye West, who gave him the stamp of approval when he met him and performed for him.
Yes.
Independent label owner, PanamaDaPrince. Let's make some noise for
Give
him
it up.
right here. Come on, man.
Yes.
We can't hear them at home, but I know they clapping somewhere. You know?
What an intro, man.
Yo, what up? What up?
Yes,
How you
yes.
doing, family?
How you
Brooklyn,
doing?
Brooklyn?
Yo, East
Brooklyn
yo,
in
East
here?
Brooklyn?
Hey, it's Brooklyn. You already.
Check my pockets. I'm from
Yo,
Queens.
bro,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
show I'ma do, bro, I think I'm gonna have you come and introduce me every
Okay.
time.
Yes,
That shit
It's
was
set in
spot
stone.
on.
Oh,
Yes.
facts. Let's
That was
get
a
it.
good intro.
People got to get they just due.
Absolutely.
That's
I
a
do
fact.
want to add that Panama has toured independently and abroad.
Okay.
His music has been in heavy rotation
Okay.
on Music Choice, and he has made appearances on television shows like VH1 Black Ink Crew, Stevie TV, and Love and Hip Hop.
That's facts.
And he also has his own fashion brand, which is called Alpha, and you guys can see the hats on the table right here. So make sure you guys hit up my bro Panama. These hats have been worn by Swiss Beats, fellow New York rapper Dave East, Atlanta rapper Miss Mulatto, model Ashley Graham, Tiana Taylor. I mean, the list goes on and on. So make sure you guys get your hats, and make sure you hashtag Alpha. That's ALPHAPDP.
Damn, hold on. That basically what she said was,
Marketing!
where the bag at? Nigga, where the bag at?
Marketing!
Word. All right. Well, thank you for coming on to our episode.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about a lot of things that we got to let off on this bullshit this week, man. People are facing death penalties, life sentences, shootouts, self-incrimination, career-ending stunts. And, it's all for the love of solidification of social media, clout, and a lot of likes. It's been a problem for a while now, but recently it's taken and reached an all-time high of fuckery where people, they just doing stuff for social media stunts. Some talkable moments. We could talk about Jussie Smollett, Bobby Shmurda, Max B, Vibes Cartel, Aaron Hernandez, Black China, Soulja Boy, and many other who convert clout into cash. But it's dangerous because everybody that's cashing that check ain't for you. Ask the feds.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Also, we got YNW Melly, who could speak on that right now, but we're going to be getting into that a little bit later.
Yes.
We also going to be speaking on something about what we did on episode 3. Matter of fact, you want to start that now?
All right, so basically, episode 3, we talked about how, all these fashion industries, basically, they continue, like I said last episode, they continue to shit on black people, and with their racist imagery, Moncler, Prada, Gucci, and Burberry. So now everybody's baby shower is fucked up.
Fucked up.
With the bullshit. So, I mean, it's just crazy how, and like we were saying, these people in these rooms, they know what they're doing. It's no surprise. You cannot be surprised that having a blackface sweater was gonna, magically make people upset. So
Of course. Do you
this
know
shit
how
always
many
happens.
people, how many different channels that a design has to go through before it before it even hits the shelves in stores, yo? They know exactly what the fuck they doing, man.
Exactly.
And it hurts because, us as black people, we consume.
exactly.
We consume.
$1.2 trillion.
But at the end of the day, yo, we got to come to the realization that they didn't make that shit for us. These brands existed before we even had the money to even purchase these high-end brands.
Right.
So they get what they can out of us, and then it's all right, fuck y'all.
Right.
So you feel like this is a blatant statement that they don't want niggas wearing their shit?
They don't want niggas wearing their shit. And I'm in a tough position because I own a lot of Gucci shit.
Yes.
I'm like, this shit got to sit.
Damn, you looking at it like,
Yeah, I got 2 pair of Gucci sneakers. I'm like,
Bro.
damn, I can't wear these no more.
My
I
kids
got
is falling every day now because I be like this. I have one. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know I had it on the other day. Somebody looked
So
at
you was
me.
cooning the other day.
I wasn't cooning. I had my shirt down. But I had my pants up. You know what I mean?
You didn't show the buckle?
Nah, I ain't sure. I ain't wear. I ain't wear. I
You
ain't
still
wear.
wore it, though.
Had the
Right, you
snake.
still wore that
still wore
shit
it,
though.
You remember when I had the snake on the joint? Shit, it's like,
Yeah.
I said it's a candy cane. It's not even that. It's not even that shit.
That gotta lie to wear your
Damn.
fucking Gucci, man.
Damn,
That's
let me
crazy.
find out Alex out here cooning.
Never. Don't do that.
Listen, but
Hey, I ain't no follower. What Floyd said? I ain't no follower.
I'm going to Gucci.
Yo, he was
Word.
the first one in Burberry. Once that they dropped that new line, he was the first one there.
Oh, of course.
You gotta get his rope.
I'm sure.
Yo, honestly, and that's where it hurts for me because, like, yo, you don't got to be down with the movement. That's
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
But don't go out of your way to be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To the
You gotta be
movement.
on code.
Right.
with
Like,
the
yo,
agenda.
like you could just be silent about it. You could wear your Gucci and silent. You don't gotta say nothing. But to
Right.
go out like, nah, nigga, I'm gonna go drop racks in Gucci. I'm gonna go drop racks in Burberry.
When
It's
you
a
could be
slap.
spending racks in your own community.
It's a slap to the people that was there supporting you. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we the ones that support Floyd. Them niggas hate Floyd.
Exactly.
White people hate Floyd.
Yeah,
They
they take
want
his
Floyd
money, but they hate him.
They hate him, bro.
Yeah, I hate this
Yeah.
whole like kind of all lives matter kind of mentality that he's taking. He's like, yo, I support everybody. Well, if you do that, then you're taking away from like the issue at hand. You're making it seem as if
Exactly.
like it doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Like you need to stop that shit and like. I think that we need to hold these artists to a higher regard. I don't think he
Yeah.
realizes that. Like, yo, you're one of the best boxers of our generation. People look to you for advice. So what you do sets the precedent for everything else. And he's just like, yo, fuck it. I'm going to Gucci. Then everyone's going to act the same way about other issues. Yo, fuck that. I don't care. I'm still going to support this
Exactly.
brand. I'm still going to go to Starbucks. I'm still going to buy H&M. And that doesn't help the black people at all.
Right.
And the thing is, he supports everybody until he was going through his domestic violence shit, and niggas is behind him.
Yeah,
And niggas is behind him. White people was ready to demonize him early. Early.
Right, but Panama, I'm interested to get your take because you are a designer yourself, and I feel like a lot of the times as like black people, we don't support one another, but we're so quick to spend $1 with these other companies who, like you said, don't give a shit about us. So I'm curious to know like your take on like why do you think this continuously happens? Like what does it stem from? How we can't support each other, but we're quick to support someone else?
Because you don't, when you go to Gucci, you don't buy the Gucci shirt. When you go to Louis Vuitton, you don't buy the Louis belt. What you're buying is the brand.
Right.
You're buying the validation. You're buying the stamp of approval. That's really all it is. So since these labels, since they hold so much weight, it's clout. And
Yeah.
that's really all that people want. You know how many people who I know could wear a whole fucking Gucci outfit? Like, my nigga, you look like a mannequin. Like, bro. Like,
talk, though.
like, just
Pure
because you
facts.
wear high-end brands, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
that you could dress. I buy high-end shit, I'm not going to lie. But I also buy shit from independent brands.
Right.
Black-owned and everything. You know why? Because I like to support my fellow people. And aside from that, I like we're fucking dope.
We are.
You know how many independent black designers who I know who make dope shit? And I buy that shit straight up for them and ask for no discount. You know why? Because I know when I go to these same high-end stores, I don't ask for no fucking discount.
Oh,
Right.
Exactly.
Give him a
Right.
thing. Give him a thing for that.
Facts on that shit.
Yes.
So why do you think people validate those high-end brands and they don't value the importance of supporting local business owners or local designers?
You know why? Because a lot of people, they really won't admit it. They want validation from white people. They want that validation from white people.
And that stems back from slavery, bro. We want to finally feel like we're free. And not like a Stockholm or anything like that, but we want that validation to know like, yo, I'm not on the plantation no more. I can have my own plantation, my own white girl, my own this. And you guys had that the whole time, so now I got to show you that I can have it too.
Exactly. To pretty much to piggyback off what he's saying, it's like I never had it, so now I could get it. Now I want it.
And that's why we spend that much.
Right. Wow.
It's a damn shame.
God
you know?
damn it, man.
Yo, it runs deep.
Yeah.
It really, really, really runs deep. Even back to like the 40s and 50s. Like, you know, black people got a little money. What they did, man, they went out and they'll want to buy the most expensive shit, not only for white people, but to get this shit, to impress other black people.
Yeah.
To show other black people, like, yo, I got it, you don't got
I made it. Like, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like the nigga on the horse syndrome.
Actually.
Yeah.
For real.
Yes.
It's
But-
crazy.
We're going to, piggybacking off of what he said, we're going to talk about a segment from the 1950s. This is actually shot in the 1950s. It's about a 1-minute segment. And it was a whole thing where they were teaching white people how to sell to African Americans because we had the most spending power from the 1950s. So this is called The Secret of Selling to the Negro.
Here is what sales psychologists have to say about selling to the Negro.
The secret of selling to the Negro is expressed in one word. That word is recognition. Now, there's nothing unusual about that. People want to be recognized. They need recognition. That's basic in all of us. But perhaps because he's had so little of it, the Negro needs even more. He needs to feel important and appreciated. This need is a very real and important one. It shows up even in many of the Negro's shopping habits. Anyone who sells or wants to sell to the Negro customer should know about some of these habits. 3 habits in particular play a big part in every sales transaction. To begin with, most Negroes buy by brand. They ask for products by name. They're quick to turn down off-brands. Buying by brand, that's the first important Negro.
Wow.
They know what
wait,
they doing.
Wait, this was in the 50s, bro?
1954, selling to the Negro. They know what they doing. Stop
Right.
thinking that they don't. This is from the training classes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
Nothing.
Why you thought it
In the
did?
60 years, this wow, and people are still trying to. Wow.
And that's why, people get mad at me when I say this. Donald Trump was the best thing that ever happened to us. Let me tell you why before you jump down my throat.
I was about to say.
waiting for
Honestly,
explanation.
I think I already know what he exactly.
Because before that, we was sleeping, we was lost in a dream thinking things was gonna get better and everything was good. It showed you, yo, nothing is good. Still 75% of the country thinks like this. We was living in a fantasy. But I ain't gonna lie, I was caught in that fantasy.
Yeah.
Until 75% of the country, we forgot about middle America that wasn't voting. Said,
Exactly.
yo, I correlate with what he's saying.
Yeah.
You think shit was good. Shit ain't sweet. That
Yeah.
showed you
Yeah.
shit ain't sweet.
It's
Right.
very easy to get caught up in when you live in a metropolitan area because you see a bunch of different cultures and you see all these different restaurants being built, all these different businesses. So it's this country's in a great spot, but fly over them red states.
Yeah,
In
we're
random cities, random
we're
towns.
literally based in this off our perspective and our own
Exactly.
personal experiences of living in New York City. The rest of America ain't like that, bro.
Yeah.
Do you feel like being a black designer that you hold a certain responsibility to have a standard to your pieces glorifying blackness?
I feel like as a artist, I feel like anybody on any platform that's a person of color needs to have that standard. You understand? I feel like designers, musicians, actors, whatever, they feel like since it's not affecting them directly, that they don't need to speak out on it. And I feel like even you got everybody, use your platform. If you have the ear of the masses, use that platform to bring awareness. It's so many fucking injustices going on, man, and people know, and people just sleep. They don't want to speak about it. They don't care. But yet, these same black entertainers, man, they take out black dollars quick. But what are they doing? What are they putting back into our community?
Right.
Even if you're not dropping no dollars into the community, yo, bro, speak out on shit. Bring awareness. Yo, me personally, let's even get into the Super Bowl shit. Cool. Yo, Travis Scott, he had, I think it was $500,000 donated to that black school or whatever the case may be. You know what I would have did? I would have brought those fucking black students up on that stage, bro, and made a statement. If I'm a halfway coon and perform at the Super Bowl, bro, I'm bringing
better make that statement.
I'm making that
Exactly.
statement. I'm bringing 100 black kids on that fucking stage, bro, and let them know. You know what I'm saying? But people, once again, man, they want to be accepted by the white man.
Okay.
So, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to, ruffle any feathers or anything that might hurt their pockets and shit.
Or the brand,
And
yep.
you know what it
brand.
is?
Yep.
We set the tone for culture, and we always have.
Yeah.
And a lot of things that people don't know is the reason that all of these companies is getting in trouble is because they're stealing designs from a black man that died in 1990. If you ever look it up, Patrick Kelly Kelly created all of these designs. He was the one who was using blackface basically to make people aware of this is the only way that black people can make it. Black people had to wear blackface. That's the crazy thing. You weren't black enough
Right.
to make fun of until you had blackface on. So Patrick Kelly came out with all of these designs, and he died of AIDS in 1990. And ever since then, all these brands have been stealing his stuff and not wanting to give recognition. So they get in trouble because they're not black.
Gucci for one.
You can't say nigga. It's basically like this. We could say nigga. We wasn't mad at Patrick Kelly. Say nigga. But a white person say nigga, yo, what the fuck you said? What's
Pure
up?
facts.
You dig?
Pure fact. I didn't even know that. That's dope.
Yeah, Patrick Kelly. Look him up.
Kelly.
Nice.
Look him up. Well, Burberry did what they did. So they recently hired Ava DuVernay to help with the backlash and PR. And I think that's a bold move because like what Spike Lee said, inclusion is basically what's going to stop this. For one person in the room be like, yo, Chief, that ain't it.
Right.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
It's funny how they always try and do cleanup and they hire like one of the most prominent black people to come in and be like, oh, look, we like this guy. Oh, we
Right.
got Dapper Dan. Oh, we got
Like,
Ava
we accept
DuVernay.
you. Like-
Yeah, no, we're cool. We're down. Do you think that's actually effective?
That's the one white friend tactic.
Bro, it took Dapper Dan 30 years for Gucci to even fuck with him. Prior to him screen printing the MCM and the Gucci prints on his shit, he actually asked them for the fabric. They said no. They said, we're not giving no black nigga our Gucci fucking fabrics to sell shit in Harlem, bro.
I didn't even know that.
They
What?
said no. So he said, okay. So he bootlegged the shit. And the thing that made him, you know, effective is that all of the rappers, they fucked with it. It's like, cool, yeah, this bootleg Gucci, this bootleg MCM, this bootleg Louis, but this shit is fly.
It's harder than what they make.
It's harder than what they making.
Right.
So you feel me? So then, like 30 years later, you got the boom of social media. So now all Dapper Dan designs, the pictures and shit, they floating around. So the new generation, Gucci, like, oh shit, they get a whiff of this. Okay, like, we could get some black dollars off this shit. Bring them in. Bring them in.
Right. Now it's time to bring him. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. You know, the crazy thing about it is, me personally, we were listening to your music and a lot of things had correlated us. You do have a lot of black messages underlined in your music. You know, Templeton, our music curator, is going to speak more about that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So I took a listen to the album. And since we are talking about black injustices, I want to talk specifically about one of your songs called Line of Fire. You speak a lot about like social injustices happening to black people with colorism and like police brutality. I like the whole call to action aspect of it.
Thank you.
So now that you've made that call to action, what do you think is like the next step that's necessary in order to like change things for like racism and bigotry and get that shit out of here?
Can we? Can we? I don't think we could ever get it out of here. The only thing we could really do is really raise more awareness. You got to understand. Racism is taught. It's taught. Nobody's born hating anybody.
Very true.
That shit is from generation to generation to generation. So you got 80-year-old middle Americans who taught their kids who are now teaching their kids. You know, it's up for you to make that break away from that. And I'm talking about white people. Or any other racist individual for that matter. You have to have their own willpower to break away from that. Only thing that I can do and what I would encourage others to do is just rally everybody up and raise awareness and let them know that we're not going to tolerate the bullshit. We're not. We can't stay silent. Because they're going to continuously do the same shit, bro. Yo, yeah, we free. Bro, you think they haven't found loopholes around that? Look at our justice system.
Yep.
Bro, that's slavery, bro.
That is.
That shit is slavery.
Modern day.
We just don't we don't see the shackles, we don't see the chains, bro. We
Yes.
still slaves, man.
One of the things that that really caught me recently, I was listening to Tariq Nasheed. I don't know if y'all listening to Tariq Nasheed. I'm listening to him, and he said one of the things that I just been sitting on my mind. He was saying that segregation was one of the worst things that ever happened to black people.
Oh,
One of
okay.
the
Yeah,
worst
I did hear
things?
that. Yeah.
He said one of the worst things. He was like, yeah, like, you got to really think about it. We just got our own at that time. So we got our own, but it was us. We owned it. So that was like, oh, damn, they starting to make money because they're only going to their things. Segregation, we had our own pools, our own movie theaters, our own businesses, our own doctors, our own law offices because we couldn't go to everything else.
Right.
Of course, you know, they're 100 years ahead, so their businesses was better, but we owned our own businesses.
Very true.
And that's where our dollars was matriculating. Of course, they wanted to start bringing us in like, damn, now they building their own Tulsa, Oklahomas.
And Black
many
Wall
other
Street.
Exactly.
And you know what they did to that shit?
Dropped the bomb on
They
it.
dropped a bomb on it, bro.
Crazy, man.
But don't ever think that, you know, segregation was something that was for us. We was creating our own. We had our own shit. Like, all of these churches you see in our neighborhood, how many churches do you go in your neighborhood in Harlem, in Brooklyn, in Queens, and your church is a movie theater? You ever notice that these churches is movie theaters?
Of course.
All of those old churches, those were black-owned movie theaters. There was no multiplexes back in the day. So all of these churches that you see, those were black-owned businesses. They got them shits up out of here. That's when we go to AMC, that got that shit up out of here. That was one of the most profitable things in our neighborhood, was black-owned movie theaters.
And they got rid of that shit.
They don't even know that. We don't even know our own shit in our neighborhood.
That's
We don't know a
wild.
lot. To be like completely honest, our history is lost, and we always talk about all the time how our history is always lost.
But
And
you from Brooklyn. You know, shout out to Brooklyn.
Definitely.
Like we
You
was,
already.
we was talking about Rain, and you know that joint is hard because you know it has a classic hip hop aspect, and
Thank
you
you.
showing an ode to like New York and New York hip hop. Does that play a lot into your music?
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I know as an artist, I need to make music for people. So you got to make commercial shit or shit that appeals to other audiences. But at the core, I want people to know that I'm a New Yorker first. I'm a lyricist first, and like, yo, you're gonna feel that. You know, I want people to know that. Like,
Right.
you hear that and you know off the rip, okay, that's a New York nigga right there.
Nice. So what other aspects of what just in general, like what other things inspire your music other than like classic hip hop?
A lot of personal experiences, actually. You know, I try to be as transparent as I possibly can in my music because I feel like I owe the listener a chance to get to know me. You know, like, because I could spit hot shit all day, but if I ain't about nothing, if I ain't talking about nothing, aside from what's going on, you know, everything around the world and shit, if I'm not letting you in as to who I am, I'm not doing my job as an artist. You know what I'm saying? What am I creating for you to come back if you feel like you can't even know me through my music, you know? And that's
Right.
what I feel like I owe the listener. So aside from being like a New York lyricist and shit, aside from making commercial shit, I want people to know me.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the current state of hip hop right now? I feel like there's a lot of debate talking about the old school versus the new school, you know, being a new up-and-coming artist. Like, how do you feel that debate weighs on you?
Okay, so I'll start off the rip. I think that the 90s was like the best era of music.
Yes.
Period. Major facts. So, you know, I grew up on that. I grew up on the Outkast. I grew up on the Wu-Tangs. I grew up on the Biggies. I grew up on Pac. I grew up on Nas. You feel what I'm saying? I grew up on 50 before 50 was 50. You know what I'm saying? Power of the dollar. Before Get Rich or Die Trying. So, how to rob, bro.
Facts.
You know? So, it's like, and I understand that, you know, as time progresses, things do change. But what I do not like is that these new artists, they blatantly disrespect the veterans, man. And it's like, yo, if they did not pave the way, we could not do this shit that we're doing today. And I understand, like, not everybody's gonna be a fucking top 5 lyricist. I'm okay with that. Some people make feel good music. That's cool. But don't blatantly disrespect, bro, the fucking legends, the vets, man.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then now, music, for me, music is a form of expression. I'm literally in love with creating music. Now, it's a hustle. You get what I'm saying? You got everybody every day come out the woodwork. Oh, I want to sing now. Oh, I want to rap now. I want to do this. And
It's very easy to do it now.
It's very easy because music nowadays, it lacks substance. You get a little clout, get a little popularity, get a little following, boom. Like, it's not even frowned upon to not even write your own shit anymore.
Yeah, it's weird.
You get what I'm saying? You get an image, you get a little gimmick, somebody write it for you, boom,
Yeah.
you out of here.
You're into
Yeah.
stardom now. Like,
You into stardom now. Like, it's crazy. So me, like, I'm still super old school. I'm an old soul. Like, of course, I'm going to make things that kind of match the times. But if I don't feel it, then I just ain't fucking with it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of these new artists, like, yo, don't call yourself a rapper. Call yourself a pop star. like, seriously. Like,
Yeah.
Very true.
yeah, man.
Going back to what you were saying about music without substance. Now, a lot of people, they do tend to make music that doesn't really say anything or doesn't really mean anything, and it tends to like pick up. And most artists might try and go in that lane because they feel like, okay, I'm going to get popular off of this. But then you have the artists who are trying to do something that's real, that trying to make a statement. I realize that you do have like both of those kinds of songs on your album. So how do you balance out like those two things?
Okay, so for one, I know that this generation attention span is very short. So how I'll start off making a project is, okay, I'll come with I'll make about maybe like 5 to 10 songs with substance, and then I'll make about like another 5 songs that really don't got shit to do with shit. And then I'll pick and choose what to put on. But at the core, it's always something with a message. It's always lyricism. It's always music with substance first.
Nice.
Then I'll make something to, you know, appease audiences. And then I'll pick and choose, okay, what I'm going to put on this project and everything, you know? Because I don't ever want to lose myself in that. I don't ever want to chase hits. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to chase hits because who determines what a hit is anyway? The people do. You get what I'm saying? I could make a song right now. I think that shit's gonna be a banger and that shit gonna be a flop. You feel me? Or I could make something that I truly feel and I love, and people, they could just embrace it, and that could be a hit.
Do you
Nice.
correlate with Ryan Leslie at all? Is that like independent approach to like, I'm gonna make my music, and whatever, they rock what they rock with?
Oh yeah. I love Ryan Leslie, man. He's actually extremely intelligent.
Super.
Yeah,
He's extremely
definitely.
intelligent.
Man went to Harvard.
Yeah, man went to Harvard.
At 15.
Yeah, I watched like a lot of his videos, but yeah, I am really all for that. I make what I love, and hopefully the people fuck with it. But then in the back of my mind, I know I still gotta make at least one or two other songs that may not be my personal favorites. But once again, this generation for the people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about your creative process. Your song Tim Duncan, it came out like 2016, right?
Yeah.
But your album came out 2018, like the end, like December, around the end of the year. So, in that time frame, like, what were you going through creatively, as far as like creating the album and what you wanted to do with it, or why was it a 2-year gap between your first single and the album being released?
To be quite honest, like, it was never really a gap per se because I was always creating in that time period. I got so caught up with the Alpha brand that I didn't have time to
That shit is everywhere.
Facts.
It's everywhere.
Like, the demand for it became so high that, like, I do everything myself.
Yes.
Like, I do everything, like, myself. Like, I'll come up with a design, I'll sketch it, I get it digitized, I send it to my boy Yash, he'll run the sample, and then if I'll wear it, people fuck with it, it's a go. I make dozens of that shit. And then the demand for it became so high, not only from people, but from like TV networks and celebrities and stylists and shit, that all of my time was geared towards that. Simultaneously, I was still in the studio, but I couldn't focus on putting out music and promoting it while, like, this was making me a shit ton of money at the time.
Shit, I understand that 100%.
You think being an artist nowadays, navigating a platform, because records really ain't selling like that. But the shows is where you get your money. The clothes is where you get your money. The tours.
And and that's another thing. So, like, even though I wasn't putting out music within that 2-year gap, I was still performing. I was still touring and shit.
Yep.
And I always had my little merch table set up.
After the show, come by it.
Exactly.
And I would sell out of merch at the shows. But even better than that, what was love for me is that me coming out on stage at one of my shows and I just see a wave of people in Alpha hats in the crowd. Like, that shit is love. Just as well as my music, like, I create this. You get what I'm saying? I sketched this design by hand. I distress these hats by hand and shit. And just for people to embrace and fuck with something that I created, that's love. It's not even about the money for me at all, to be quite honest. Like, I'm a creative and I just love that people love something that I made.
Right.
That's
a
all,
beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, man. I just want to create dope shit.
Yeah.
That's all.
Can you speak on, like, up and coming artists or people who are trying to run the same independent route, who are looking to make money in it, about how to gear to making money in this? Because there's so many lanes that you can make as an artist in terms of the merch. And I feel like people don't understand. People turn down these free shows, but it ain't free if you got your own shit.
Exactly.
Speak on that.
Got gems, bro.
Okay.
No, and that's a major fact. That's why, like, me, if you're motivated by money, you'll do anything for money. And that's how I look at it. So I've never been motivated by money. I just want to have an impact. I want to create an influence. Yes, I definitely get paid off shows and shit. But I've also done a lot of free shit that has certain opportunities for me. Like, I've done free shows where I sold fucking $1,000 in merch. I came up. Like, you feel me?
Yep.
Like, I went on stage and performed for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It made a stack.
and made a stack or selling merch at the show.
Shit, sounds like a good day to me.
It's a great fucking day. And even with performing, that's just not even work for me. Like, I love it. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
So a lot of artists, they feel like they're too good for, like, certain things. And it's like, you gotta humble yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna block your own blessings, for real. Like,
So
you gotta have more than one. It's more than one way to skin a cat. I still don't even know what that means, but I know that my grandmother used to say it a lot.
It just sound good.
You know it's
Like-
a gem.
Like, my grandmother used to say that shit a lot. And pretty much, like, there's more than one way to get to where you're trying to go. It's more than
Facts.
one way to
Give
make
him
money.
a ding, man.
I'm about to,
Okay.
man. Like, I was feeling
It's a
them.
lot of
I was
gems
like,
today.
damn.
Jimmy Jazz over
Okay.
here.
Jimmy Jazz.
Right.
I love that
He's
shit.
dropping these alpha gems.
But of course, with Brandon now, there is different lanes, but there's a new lane where you gotta kind of almost clout chase to get there. Like we were speaking on early, you know, Jesse Smollett and the Bobby Shmurdas. I think Max B is really an originator. Jimmy, come outside, Jimmy. Come outside, Jimmy. You know, like he the first one was out there with the fucking VHS camera. Like, so you had to really commit to trolling and like, yo, let me upload this on YouTube for 3 hours. Remember them upload speeds?
That's a dial-up speed.
Facts. But that's a new lane of transitioning clout into money. Can you speak on, you know, clout and the dangers of clout and trolling?
Me personally, I'm not with that. And maybe that's because I'm from East New York and niggas don't play like that. Niggas will fuck you up.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not with that shit. Like I want people to fuck with me for me. I ain't trying to get laughs. I ain't trying to be entertaining. I ain't trying to be a gangster. Like I'm an artist. I'm a creator. Fuck with me for me. Because that clout shit only go but so far. Because you know why? Then you get into the rabbit hole and then there's no coming back. Unfortunately, look at 6ix9ine.
Niggas want to see.
Like,
is it real?
Bro, like 6ix9ine's not a gangster. And like, yo, it's okay. You don't have to be a gangster.
Exactly.
That doesn't make you pussy. I'm not a gangster. I'll fuck somebody up if they press me, but I'm not a gangster. Like, all that banging blood shit, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Hit y'all niggas with the Rico. Now you cooperating. Bro, you shouldn't have did that shit in the first place, bro. Like, make your money, do your thing, create your music, put out your art. That's it.
This is why
That's
I love
important,
avenues
man.
like this, because this gives, outside of the music, it's good to hear artists speak like this. You know, because you can hear the music and you just vibing, but when you hear them actually say, this is why I wrote that line.
Exactly.
And you can
You
see the
gain a
mindset.
different respect.
Yeah, you can see the mindset behind it. You know, like certain lines that you said on Rain, if your skin ain't pale, then life is harder, nigga. No. The reason I picked that line out right there is because you bringing up colorism right there. And there's mad colorism in the entertainment industry.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yo, it's colorism in the entertainment industry. It's colorism across cultures. Bro, if you ever go to Puerto Rico, they don't fuck with the dark-skinned Puerto Ricans, bro. They keep them on the other side of the island. If you go to Italy, they don't fuck with Sicilians because Sicilians are dark. Asian people don't fuck with Filipinos and Vietnamese people, bro. Light-skinned Dominicans don't fuck with dark-skinned Dominicans. And dark-skinned Dominicans hate to admit that they fucking black.
Yeah.
Bro,
Exactly.
like, yo, it's colorism across cultures. It's colorism in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Bro, even let's go to the film industry, bro. Bollywood, Indian actors, bro. You watch that shit, you only see the light-skinned Indians. You never see the dark-skinned
True.
Indians,
Yeah.
bro.
I thought that when I saw the Aladdin trailer, and like
They take
I was
up
like,
most of the
could've
country.
picked-
Yep.
They picked the lightest Indians that they could possibly find.
Bro.
Bro.
87% of Brazil is dark-skinned, straight from African descent.
Exactly.
People. But when I see images of Brazil, when I see the tour shit,
So
they all be
light-skinned,
looking like
yeah.
motherfucking J-Lo.
Yes.
J-Lo Motown.
Okay.
J-Lo and Motown. Come
Yes.
on, J-Lo.
With the BBLs.
Come on, J-Lo. Why you salsa? Nah, I fuck with J-Lo, but come on, give me, you know what I mean?
Yo, and it's
Bad
sad.
image.
And it's sad. So even if you look at the music industry today, and I'm not pointing any fingers or calling nobody out or blaming anybody, even look at Cardi B. You see that she embraces her Spanish. You know she's half Trini, right?
Yeah.
She speaks on it
You'll
sometimes.
never know that she's fucking half Trini, bro.
Yeah, she'll play that Spanish shit up
She'll
all
play
the way.
that Spanish shit up all the fucking way, bro. And it's cool, but it's colorism, bro. You think if Cardi was a dark-skinned black chick from the Bronx, bro, that should be as popping as she is right now. And it's sad, bro.
Do you think the
because-
same reasons we love Cardi is why most people demonize Tiffany Haddish?
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yeah.
Because their personalities are more or less the same.
Yeah.
But Tiffany Haddish, she's blatantly a black woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can see that.
She ready.
She's perceived as ghetto.
She's perceived
you know what I'm
as
saying?
ghetto, and Cardi's
spicy.
Yeah, she's spicy.
She's
and
entertaining.
She
and-
speaks her mind, like, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Speaking on what you're saying in Hispanic countries, you from are you from Panama or?
yeah. My father's Panamanian. My mother's like straight up black American.
I'm Panamanian also.
Hey,
Big up.
yeah, sopa.
But Amara de la Negra, I got it right? Oh, you,
I think so.
negra.
Amara
there
La
we go.
Negra.
La
Oh,
negra.
La Negra.
La Negra.
I thought you had it.
Hey,
My bad.
Good
He
enough.
said it so
Good
confidently. I was
enough.
like,
Listen,
see,
let me
look,
not shoot
let
your
me take
confidence
take my
down.
card.
You had
Take my
it.
card
You had
back.
it handled. Okay, you
Hey.
had it.
You see the,
Let me back out.
Yo, my teacher said I never used to roll my R's.
You did fine.
Here we
You
go.
did just fine.
Practice makes perfect, brother.
She said that dark-skinned women are very rarely shown in the videos on camera. Do you show dark-skinned women in your videos or try to show dark-skinned women in your videos knowing the colorism that you are speaking on in your music?
You know what's crazy, bro? So I had to check myself at one point. So one of my videos, Tim Duncan, I have about maybe one dark-skinned girl in there. She's like a dark-skinned Indian chick too. And the rest of the women in the video, they were Hispanic. But that's not by, I didn't even cast those girls. You get what I'm saying? But I should have definitely made it a point to have more dark-skinned women in that video.
Were black
know?
women pressing you about that?
It was brought to my attention, funny enough, by a light-skinned black woman, actually. You know, who witnessed colorism because she has a sister, same parents, and her sister's like 3 shades darker than her.
We watched the video. That's what also made us kind of garner this question.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, see?
We saw the bride and we're like, okay, that's cool. But we ain't see like the red.
Yeah.
I'm even glad you're speaking on checking yourself because a lot of artists, they will not admit, like, you know what, yeah, I had to check myself, you know?
Oh, no.
So I respect that.
I have to check myself because, yo, the black woman is probably the most underappreciated human on planet Earth. You feel me? And I feel like me, like, yeah, bro, I'm half Spanish, but like as a black man, like I need to uplift our women, bro.
Yep.
Oh,
because
that's a
if
lot.
we don't do it, who gonna do it?
Exactly.
I like
Oh, man.
I like to hear you speak like that, bro, because a lot of Panamanians, I have some people in my family, and that's why I don't tell people I'm Panamanian sometimes, because I think some people put their nationality before their race. So like they'll say, just almost like being Dominican, I'm Dominican, I'm not black. Panamanians do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
They,
A really big
literally,
stigma in
that
the
shit blows
Panamanian
me,
community.
bro. And I honestly, even my name, PanamaDaPrince, I never called myself Panama. Like, people call me that. That's just the name I ran with. But I never, like, yeah, call me Panama. Like, that's just the name that people call me and shit. But, like, yo, bro, my grandmother, bro, is, like, pale white. Red hair, heavy-ass accent,
too.
first language Spanish, and everything, bro. You get what I'm saying? But, yeah, my grandma, she's Hispanic, bro, but she's still a black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Even look at Lala Anthony. You know she's Puerto Rican.
Of course.
If you ask her, she'll tell you that she's a black woman, bro.
Because it's your race and that's your nationality.
Right.
That's what we got to stop putting our nationality as our race. You dig?
Beautiful.
man.
I love that.
All right, man. But
Me too.
I like hearing your insight. I like hearing everything, bro. You know,
Yes.
like
Nah,
you
I'm
said,
digging this vibe right here.
This is the vibe. It's like, you
Like
know,
this.
when you come in here, you're a part of the show. It's not just, boom, boom, boom.
Nah,
boom,
this
boom.
not even an interview.
Yeah.
We
Nope.
just shooting the
Yeah,
shit.
shooting the
man.
shits. I love that.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about publicly what people would talk about in private.
Right.
You
And who
know?
are afraid to speak.
When people are afraid to speak, man. Nah, I don't hold my tongue for nobody.
Yeah.
Very true, man.
Yo, thank you, man.
Yes.
Let them know they can find you on socials, where they can find your
Okay,
your new
promote it
stuff
up.
Coming out. Come on, talk your talk. Here we go. This
Word.
talk right into the
Right?
camera, man.
Camera right there.
You already know it's your boy PanamaDaPrince, Papi Panafuego, the Alpha God.
I need that as a soundbite.
I'm weak.
That's a drop.
I'm weak.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yo, stream my new project Alpha on all streaming services. Holla at me on Instagram at PanamaDaPrince. That's PanamaDaPrince. Go to PanamaDaPrince.com. Get your Alpha gear. Get lace. Fly shit on the streets right now. You
Yes.
already know what time it is.
Yes.
Stop playing with me.
Support black business.
Yes, support black.
Business.
Word.
Let's get it.
Yes.
All right, and one more thing. Make sure you guys follow us at the Let It Off Podcast. You could just type in at Let It Off Pod. We on Instagram. Hit us in the DM. We also all week going to be talking about the topics that we'll be talking about next week. What you guys want to hear, and we want to hear your comments on a lot of things. We got a lot of things coming, and make sure we have
Yes.
some live events.
Yes.
You guys want to speak on some things that you got going on?
I want to add on to what you said. I appreciate everyone that's sending us DMs,
lot
giving
of
us their
people.
feedback. We really appreciate that. So I just wanted to say that. I don't have anything popping. I'm actually going to relax this week.
And we trying to
Tan,
we
you have
get back
anything
to
planned?
all of y'all. We got over 100 and something DMs. So
Yes.
we get back to all of
facts.
y'all.
Like Alex said, the first episode, we're trying to plan like a speed dating event. We
that'd
might,
be lit.
we might have to push it back
what's
to.
up with that?
We might have to push it back to April.
Okay.
We're still figuring out the logistics, but as soon as I figure that shit out, I will let all the people know. so that I can get y'all love on.
Let
Bring
me
your
know I'm
lonely ass on.
All right.
Everybody, bring your lonely
And
ass.
listen, Panama will be there too. Okay.
I like you, ladies.
All right, man. You already know. It's let it off.
Yes.